Tēnā koutou e hua mā, no mai ki te kauta. Welcome to the kitchen. Today on the dessert menu, we are making an upside down pear cake. And I'm going to send this off to Helen. Helen was nominated by Charlotte, who said that Helen has been like a second mother to her. And recently, Helen has had a stroke and is recovering at home and needs some extra aroha sent her way. Nā reira, Helen, let's make you some cake. An upside down pear cake to me is best served warm as a dessert, and we're going to make a little bit of custard and a lovely glaze to go over top of it. So let's make the cake bit first. Koina ngā kai, ka whakamahia e tātou. Here are the ingredients you need.
Kia whiti te kau karamu pata, 70 grams of butter. Kia hau toru kapu huka haura, 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. Kia toru pea nui, 3 large pears. Kiri ārani o tētahi ārani, peel of 1 orange. Kia rua koko nui wai ārani māuta, 2 tablespoons of fresh orange juice. Kia toru hau whakapu daitsi, 3/4 of a cup of dates. Kia hau toru kapu wai, 1/3 of a cup of water. Kia haurua koko iti pēkana haura, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Kia kotahi rau rima te kau karamu pata hu tere tere, 150 grams of softened butter. Kia toru hau whakapu huka haura, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Kia kotahi koko nui, 1 litre, 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Kia kotahi koko iti tote, 1 teaspoon of salt. Kia rua hiki, 2 eggs. Kia kotahi me te haurua kapu puehu parawa whakatipu, 1.5 cups of self-raising flour. Kia kotahi me te haurua kapu peru one, 1.5 cups of ground almonds. Kia kotahi koko nui rau kikini whakauru, 1 tablespoon of mixed spice. Kia kotahi koko nui hinamona, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Kia rua koko iti tinitia pūoro, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger. Kia haurua kapu miraka, 1/2 cup of milk. I te tuatahi e te whānau, whakaritea tētahi ipu keke ki te pepa tunu. Prepare a 23 centimetre cake tin with baking paper on the bottom and up the sides. Let's go. Now we add our pata, first measure of pata, and our huka haura into a frying pan. And all you're doing here is dissolving the huka haura into the pata and turning it into a really simple caramel. It will look bubbly and gorgeous like that, and then we just pour it straight into the bottom of the cake tin, and our pears are going to cook in that. How good! Now, waruhia ngā pea. Peel the pears. Tapa here, slice them, and we're going to slice all of the pears like so, and then we take these taller bits and we chop them in half, take out the pips and arrange them into the bottom of the cake tin. Pine, like this. Now we get those kind of bigger, rounder bits and we arrange it around the edge of the cake tin in whichever pattern you like. Ka pai. Now with the remainder, I just chop it into really fine little pieces and put it into a little bowl. And then grate over some kiri ārani. And that's going to go into our cake. So leave it aside at the moment. Now take half of your ārani and squeeze over your wai ārani onto your pears. Now take your teiti and wai and put them in a small bowl and microwave for 4 minutes. Then just mash them up until it forms a really smooth paste. Add in your pear kana haura and stir it all in and leave it to the side. Now add your pata ku tere tere, your huka haura and wanira into a bowl, whakapa huka huka tia. Whip it on up until lovely and light and creamy. Now add your heki one at a time, mixing for around 20 seconds after each addition. Second heki is in, and away you go. Ka pai, it's looking good. Now we add our puehu parawa and peru one into a sifter, along with our rau kikini whakauru, hinamona, tinitia pūoro, tātaritia. Sift it on in. Pour in your miraka. And add your diced pear with your kiri ārangi, our ranunga teiti, our date mixture, whakaranu here. Stir to combine. Fold this all together. Ooh yeah, looking perfect. Let's bake this baby. Add it into your ipu keke, your cake tin. Spread it down so it's nice and smooth. And then bake it for 1 hour at 150 degrees fan bake. And at the 45-minute mark, after it has risen like so, perfect, I cover it with a tray and cook it for 15 to 20 more minutes until it springs back in the middle when you press it.
Kaupai. So our cake is in the oven and it takes just over an hour to bake. So I'm going to give you two little options. You can use one, or you can use both, or you can keep the cake plain. But here is a couple of things to play with. The first one is a more hinu, a glaze. We're using orange and beautiful spices and just making a super simple syrup to drizzle over the top. Let's go.
Kiri ārangi, orange peel of half an orange. Kia rua hau toru kapu wai ārangi, 2/3 of a cup of orange juice. Kia hau toru kapu marihihi māpere, 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. Kia kotahi rākau hina muna, 1 cinnamon stick. Kia whā cloves, 4 cloves. Kia kotahi pā kākano, 1 ira, 1 vanilla pod. Add your kiri ārangi along with your wai ārangi into a pot. Add in your marihihi māpere and rākau hina muna and your split down the middle pā kākano, 1 ira. Give it a little stir. Kōhuatia mo te whitu miniti. Boil for 7 minutes until lovely and glossy. And it is ready when you are. Now for our kahitete. Kia haurua kapu huka one, half a cup of caster sugar. Kia kotahi me te haurua kokonui powder kahitete, 1.5 tablespoons of custard powder. Kia rua hiki, 2 eggs. Kia rua kapu miraka, 2 cups of milk. Kia toru te kau karamu pata, 30 grams of butter. Kia kotahi kokonui 1 ira, 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So add your huka one, powder kahitete, and hiki into a bowl. Kaurori here, stir it on up until it is lovely and smooth. Now I've preheated my miraka until just boiling point and then removed it from the heat, and we're slowly adding that miraka into our heki mixture a little bit at a time as you continue to whisk. Perfect! And now we take that entire mixture and pour it back into the pot. Now add it back to the heat, and all you're doing here is just simmering it really gently, and you're activating that custard powder and so it gets a little bit thick. Remove. Then add your pata and your wanira. Stir it through. And that is your kahitete complete. Riringi hia atu, pour it out.
Ka pai e te whānau. Our keke is all cooked and smells amazing. We've created our kahitete, our custard, and our more hinu, our glaze. So we're going to put all of these together for you soon. But first, I just want to acknowledge Helen. Helen, I hope you make a speedy recovery and that you are surrounded by wonderful people who can help you through this process. And I hope this cake and these beautiful treats just put a smile on your face and you have a wonderful time with your friends in whānau. Thank you all for your wonderful support. Tēnā rawa atu koutou mo te tautoko nei. I will see you again next time. Ka kite.
Let's flip this keke over. Ta-da! Beautiful. Add all those beautiful condiments onto the center of your keke. And then drizzle over your more hinu, your glaze. Mai tōku kauta ki tō kauta, ki ana ki te aroha. Whakarite, arrange or prepare. Whakaritea, arrange it, prepare it. Whakaritea tētahi ipu keke ki te pipa tunu. Prepare a cake tin with baking paper.